Look around. The world is destabilizing. You can feel it whether you watch the news or not, and you are exhausted in a way that has nothing to do with how much sleep you're getting. You've done the work, you've read the books, you've tried to heal, and you're still overwhelmed, still unclear, still wondering what the hell are you supposed to do with all of this? You're not crazy, you're not too sensitive, and what you're feeling is real. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Meg. I'm a spiritual teacher and therapist and the founder of Your Sacred Rebellion. And I've been doing my work for 20 years, healing people and myself, showing up for movements, practicing what I preach. And somewhere along the line, the pieces started to click into place. The systems that I was fighting out there, they were the same patterns I was trying to heal in here. The inner work and the outer work were not separate things. They never were. And that's when I understood. The revolution isn't just outside of us, it starts inside. And that's what Your Sacred Rebellion is all about. I call my people edge walkers. You've probably always felt a little out of step with the mainstream. The conventional path just was never for you. Even if you did go to college and get the 9 to 5, it just has never felt right. You feel things deeply. Sometimes it feels like too deeply. You've known since you were young that something about this world is off, even if you couldn't name it or understand what it was. That's because you're not here to fit in. You're here to build what's next. But right now, you're probably struggling. You're definitely overwhelmed. You might be unclear on your purpose, caught between wanting to help and feeling like you can barely keep your own head above water. If that's you, you are in the right place. There's no shortage of horrors that we can witness through the phones that are glued to our hands. To many rational people, it appears the world is falling apart. Many scholars will tell you that we are in collapse. Prophecies from cultures across the world tell us that this moment has been predestined. And as uncomfortable and destabilizing as this is for our little human minds and bodies, I believe that collectively we are right on schedule. Because look around, this shit has not been good for a long time. The empire does not stand in service to us. It never did. It exists because it harnesses our collective power and energy to make a small few people powerful and wealthy. And the darkness that we've been seeing for years now, it's having the light shined on it. So we can all be really clear on what needs to be composted and released. Our human collective is evolving into its next form. And we have to be really clear on what no longer comes with us. Spoiler, basically everything. Hence why we're in collapse. So through all of my reading and research and study, here's how I've kind of come to understand it. Humanity was walking two paths many years ago. There was indigenous peoples who were walking the path of the soul, of interdependence, of connection, of earth reverence, of spirituality. And a little bit further away, white people who had already been colonized and subsumed by the empire, were walking the path of ego, of separation, of dominance, of religion, of control. And unfortunately for all of us, white people included, the path of the ego won out. And now we all collectively live within the reality constructed by it. The empire colonized our individual egos. And now our egos give power back to the empire. The systems out there, capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy, they don't just exist outside of us. They live within us as our programming. The propaganda of empire lives within us as our beliefs. Scarcity, fear, competition, perfectionism, urgency. I could go on and on about all of these beliefs. But you might know it as a voice in your head. The voice in your head telling you that you're not doing enough, that you're falling behind, that you don't deserve rest. That isn't your voice. That's the empire. But we've just never learned how to tell the difference. And so this really becomes like a two-way street. We've been programmed by the empire, but it is all of our egos collectively operating under these belief systems that give the empire its power. We feed it every day without even knowing we're doing it. So a major part of our work right now is to uproot the tendrils of empire within our own ego, within our own minds, so that we can collectively create the world that we are yearning for, the world that in some part of us we know is possible. This isn't just personal healing, it's collective liberation, and it starts within. So if you feel ungrounded and scared and hopeless, no fucking duh, of course you do. You're a sensitive soul living through the collapse of everything you've ever known. And also, come back home to yourself, to the earth, to your relations, because the world we're birthing needs you in your power. Not burnt out, not dissociating, not at war with yourself. That's what this channel is for. We're gonna learn to see the programming, understand where it came from, and how to rewire it, so you can stop being run by code you didn't choose and start living from your soul self. The next video is gonna go deep into the ego mind. What it actually is, how it works, and how it's been shaping your life without you even knowing. That's where we really begin. Subscribe if you want to come with me. Send this to somebody who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to go deeper, I have a free guide called Rewire Your Ego and Exit the Matrix. The link's in the description. The world does not need you smaller. It doesn't need you more palatable or more productive or less emotional. It needs you sovereign, it needs you free, and it needs you being the most authentic version of you. So let's get there together.